the hood don't love it. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. Watch a young nigga show his ass on public.
Hello guys, Ken is here, and this is my review for the Divergent series Insurgent, or simply called Insurgent. The Divergent series Insurgent, also known as Insurgent, is the new science fiction action film directed by Robert Schwenk and stars reprising roles of Shailene Woodley and Theo James. The film follows 3 days after the previous installment and continues to follow Tris Prior. Tris and Four are on the run after evading a hostile takeover from G9 and the rest of Erudite. The faction system in post-apocalyptic Chicago is crumbling and everyone is desperate for power and answers. I wasn't exactly anticipating this movie. I mean, almost all of cinema is currently flooded with tons of book adaptations, but on the other hand, it could either be an extremely enjoyable popcorn flick, or it could either be a complete mishap to its own predecessor. I was absolutely surprised what reviews this movie has been getting. It's being trashed by almost every living critic in the world. It got a line of 3 on Rotten Tomatoes still. I had to see this movie just so I could just construct a review for my channel because that's what I do. So yeah, walking out of this movie, I was really outraged because those people are mistakenly indelicate. I actually really enjoyed Insurgent. In fact, I thought it was better than the first one. Okay, let's go back to the first film, which is Divergent. It kind of had an edgy / Harry Potter type of feeling because while this film has factions, the Harry Potter saga consists of 4 houses of Hogwarts. This film, on the other hand, kind of had a Hunger Games Mockingjay type of film because of all the happenings that the protagonist, which is Shailene Woodley's character Tris, has been through, and it depicts Kate Winslet's character and her strong grudge and hatred between the Divergents, which she thinks could lead to a civil war and the end of humanity. Shailene Woodley is mainly written as the best part of this movie, and she mounted to that aptitude very surprisingly well, and you can really feel what her character has been through, and she's sort of a more shadier developed character like Katniss Everdeen. She's a really serious one too. She's just a really serious character, and she really shouts out the voice throughout that character very well. Shailene Woodley brings that all-out remarkable vivid sequence into that character, and she really did good on that perspective. I also like Theo James very much in this movie as well. We get to know who he actually is in the 3rd act of the movie, and the writers really industrialized this character very well on screen, and I gotta tell you, the action scenes he's in certainly is one of the most unsurpassed moments of that character, I swear to God. There's a scene where he confronts Jay Courtney, aka the supposedly stupid son of Bruce Willis, and he just beats the living crap out of him, and spoiler alert, he kills him. And that scene brought his character's concentration to a whole new level. Theo James' character brings so much more living presence to this film, and his chemistry with Shailene Woodley's character has grown, and you can really tell during their scenes together on screen, yeah, they could actually fit as a love team. Yeah, I still don't know what ship name I should call them. But other than that, he is such an awesome, badass character, and I hope to see more of him in the last installment, which is the adaptation of the 3rd book, Allegiance. The action scenes in this movie were so intense, and it really feels like you were actually in that perilous situation with Shailene Woodley, and mainly that was the greatest experience I've ever experienced in my life as a movie lover. I saw this movie in IMAX 3D, by the way, and I gotta tell you guys right now, this movie is shot very well, and the scenes were crystal clear. There was literally no shaky cam during the action scene in this movie. In fact, there were no shaky cam during the entire runtime of this movie, and I felt relieved at that point. Thank you so much, whoever filmed this movie, and Jesus Christ, my sincere felicitations on whoever edited this movie, because this movie was edited so exquisitely. This movie was paced so well that you can really focus yourself during the movement of the storyline, which is written and adapted into a film fantastically, because there was no single point in the movie where I even want to leave at any division or action sequence that this movie expresses. I was just literally glued to my seat, never wanting to leave. The only problems that I had with this movie is that Kate Winslet never has nothing to do with this movie at all. She is in fact still one of the most mind-numbing, useless villains in movie history. All she was there was just her walking into this room and just scenes of her talking into mainly one of the most defective dialogue that has ever been heard on screen. Also, this movie is so dependent on CGI uses. Mainly, there are a lot of scenes where CGI is currently used, like those scenes where Shailene Woodley's character goes through a lot of hell and struggle as she struggles to pass all 5 of the simulations. And I gotta tell you, all of those simulations always have to do with a lot of CGI crap. Yeah, you gotta admit the CGI in those sequences were incredible, but I just couldn't stand watching an incredibly action-packed scene that isn't just meant to be real. Just like what I said in my Jupiter Ascending review, the film just lacks the emphasis of reality. Despite my problems, this movie is still a pleasurable watching experience for me. Overall, Insurgent was a truly underrated movie that never deserves to have a 30 and below grading from critics, but then again, some of them could be right, or some of them could be downright preposterous. I'm gonna give Insurgent a 4 out of 5. Well, that was my review for Insurgent. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm Kinu16, and please subscribe. Peace.